Do it together.
Right. What?
3, 2, 1.
Right. What do you mean? Just do it like this.
I think it was in the last couple of years, realising that I got myself into a bit of a hole, and I was thinking that I needed to get out of it, and I was going to do that by sort of challenging myself and being a bit adventurous about some of the places that I put myself. So in this case, I was going to be vulnerable, and I was going to put myself forward for something that I didn't know whether I was going to be good at it, and it might be challenging along the way. So it was probably the circumstances that I was in that pushed me to go this way.
So I think for me, my school experience was actually really positive. So I think I came into this from, with not the same experiences that the people I'd be mentoring were having. So it was quite different in that respect. But I think for me personally, it was that I'm transgender, so I wanted to reach out to other young transgender people because it would have been really useful for me to have someone that I could talk to when I was at school about these sort of things. So, and I think that things have moved on so much since the time that I was at school that I thought it would just be nice for people to have a role model in a sense that they could look up to, because there was none of that about when I was younger. And I mean, even nowadays, it's still, you're not getting many positive depictions of transgender people having happy, successful lives. My mentee is Chase, and
Hello.
Chase is like a breath of fresh air in what has been a pretty rubbish 2 years for us all, to be honest. It's been like the highlight of my week, getting to speak to Chase every week. So we only started meeting it was September 2020, so it was quite late on really, and because you're in 6th year as well, we were, a bit stuck for time, so we're just trying to build up that relationship as quickly as possible. But as you can see, Chase is a really open and warm person, so it was so nice to feel at ease straight away with you. And he's just one of the most compassionate people I've ever met, and I think if the world had more Chases in it, it would be a much better place. He's just an amazing young man, and it's been such a pleasure to get to know him. So.
I think I put a lot of trust into you. I don't like opening up to people straight away, and that's something I've done with Brendan because I just felt like I could trust him. He just gave off that sort of vibe, if you get me, that feeling that I could trust him. So I did end up talking about problems that I'm experiencing because I just know that he's gonna. I don't know. You get what I mean? You get that sort of feeling about somebody.
As he said, he's transgender, so am I, so that was kind of a really big thing because I've not got a lot of other trans people in my life, especially kind of adults that have been through a lot of their kind of transition already. So that was really, really nice to kind of have someone that's going to be like, it's alright, and know it's alright because they've been through it. So that was kind of really nice to have that kind of support and reassurance that it might take a while, but it's going to be okay. And someone to kind of just listen and not kind of just be like, yeah, I know what you're on about, but actually know what you're on about and kind of compare his experience to mine and not just kind of, it's all me speaking. He let me know about his life too, which was nice.
I didn't know what I expected from it, to be honest with you. I didn't know what I expected when I first joined the programme, but then as I was speaking to Brendan the first few meetings, I sort of realised what I wanted out of it, and I'm getting what I wanted out of it, just a different view on life, just a different sort of, I'm sure I give him a different view sometimes, but he gives me a different perspective on life, and it's good to have that. It's very good to have that.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that it can be anything for anybody. MCI Pathways. I think that probably highlights the genius of the coordination behind it as well, is because if it was a really some people might enjoy setting out those goals really early on and having loads of structure in it, but I think it suited us in our situation to just throw us into it and let us discover that for ourselves. And even then, we don't every week. We aren't the type to put a headline of this is what we're going to achieve today, or this is what we're getting out of it. It's just your ability to reflect that
Right.
allows you to be like, okay, it's that perspective, you know, or that emotional stuff that we're
Right.
covering.
It just flows. It's not like we've got like a rules in it. It's like for this minute we're going to do this, for this minute we're going to do that. There's been hours where we've just talked about like nothing really serious. We just sort of joke about for a whole hour. Then we're like, oh, it's been an hour.
I'm just waiting to get in trouble from the
Yeah,
from
I know.
MCR telling me off. I'm not doing my job properly.
What a lot of people think with this sort of MCR pathways thing is that it's like, at least this is what I thought, right? I thought that as an adult he would come in, he would teach me stuff, right? But I honestly didn't really know I would affect him that much. Like, it makes me feel really good knowing that I actually had a personal effect on him. You know, me being the sort of the younger one, the child, like you would think he would have he has a big effect on me, but I also have a big effect on him. It's both ways, and I think it's very valuable to even just be a mentor for that. Like, that's a very valuable thing. You get different insights from a younger person, different views of life. It's very refreshing.
As a mentee, you don't expect everything from them. They become your friend in a way. It's not kind of, this is how it's going to be. It's very fluctuated between you and your mentor, so it's not a set something. It's really nice to have.
Do it. Like I don't know why you wouldn't do it. It's so emotionally rewarding. Like, so emotionally rewarding. Like, obviously I'm not a mentor, so I guess I couldn't speak from a mentor's point of view, but me personally, I want to be a mentor now, because you can give children that thing that they never had when they're younger. I would love to be like that person for somebody, how Brenda's been for me.